Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, in our last lecture, we talked about pricing strategy, and we are doing unit number 3, that is planning and implementing brand marketing programs. Okay. So, now in this unit, we'll be talking about channel strategy. After doing pricing strategy, we'll now talk about what is channel distribution, what is direct, selling and indirect selling, what are the different levels in between. Okay, so I'll start my lecture by presentation of my slides. Just give me 1 second. And just let me know if the slides are visible. You can see the screen on which says channel strategy, direct and indirect channels. You're able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll go ahead. We'll move now. Uh, see, after discussing how we, strategize our pricing, we'll also think on what are the channels that we'll use so that the products they reach the customers. It can be direct channels. It can be indirect channels. We have to basically distribute, no, our products, whatever that we have made. Okay, so a distribution channel is a chain of businesses, or you can also say they are some intermediaries through which the product or service passes to the customer or the end consumer. Okay, so distribution channels, they may include, sometime it is from the direct, sometime manufacturers they sell it directly. For example, in case you are interested in buying something very big, like for example, people who are interested in buying jet private jets and yachts and all, so there are no distribution center, there are no wholesalers also for that, because there are very less buyers, isn't it? So they then in that case they have to approach the direct manufacturers only. Okay, it goes directly from the manufacturer to the person. For example, Mukesh Ambani wants to buy a helicopter or a yacht or a private jet for himself. He will not find any wholesaler because there are less number of people who are interested in getting all these types of things. So what do? So there is a chain. There is a chain from manufacturers, then wholesalers, then retailers, then distributors, and sometimes even the internet. Okay. Now distribution channels, they basically what we get. How do we get our products to the customer or consumer? That distribution channel or channel strategy, it helps us in getting there. Okay, so it is opposite of the upstream process, which is called the supply chain. Who supplies our need, who are the suppliers. So it is opposite of that. So a distribution channel is the path by which all goods and services must travel to reach the intended customer or the end user. Got it? Goods and services sometimes make their way to consumer through multiple channels. Sometime it is only one channel, but there are many people, many intermediaries, as I told you, they are there. Okay, so in case we want to increase the number of sales, so we have to strategize which will be the best channel to have it. So increasing the number of ways a consumer is able to find your product will increase your sale, right? But it can also create sometime complex system. It becomes difficult for the management to take care of that. Sometimes it makes the distribution management very very difficult, but through proper logistic it can be taken care. Now longer distribution channels, sometime it also means that there is less profit, because there are so many people who will share their have their share before it reaches the end consumer, right? And even if it is less, like, because each intermediary will charge their share, they will have their uh, you know they will charge for their services so that it reaches the reaches more people or the masses. Got it? So channels are broken into two different forms. We'll talk about this is a mota mote taur pe it's a layout called manufacturer, then wholesaler, then a retailer and consumer. But in this one you can also add one more thing, and that is like direct manufacturers. Sometimes it is there is a direct selling, which I told you, but they are very few in number because the products are such that very few, very fraction of people are interested in buying that, unless it is a company or it is a big corporate. All right. Now see, a direct channel allows the customers to make purchases from the manufacturer. ठीक है? A direct channel, on the other hand, indirect channel, what will it do? It will allow the consumer to buy the good from the wholesaler or a retailer ठीक है? So indirect channels are typical for goods that are sold in traditional brick and mortar store, जो भी हम लोग करते हैं. ठीक है? For example, any shops that we go to, that is called the indirect selling. ठीक है? Now generally, if there are more intermediaries involved in the distribution channel, जो बहुत सारे हो जाते हैं, so the price of good will definitely increase, because everybody, as I told you, everybody would like to get the payment for their services, so that they get it across the to the consumers. So conversely, what will happen? Direct में there is a short channel, and it means lower cost for the consumer because they are buying directly from the manufacturer. ठीक है? Now there are different types of distribution channels. These are the four main, manufacturer, a producer, or there are also sometimes called producers. There's nothing, not a big term. Producer, they are sometimes called producers. Manufacturers, they are also called producers. Then wholesaler, retailer, and end consumer. Okay? This is the end of the tail. Now the first channel is the longest. It includes, let me show you one more picture. Okay? Here you will see there is a breakdown of the same thing, but for different products. Okay? Now here the first channel is the longest because it includes all four things: agent, broker, producer, wholesaler, retailer, consumer, right? इसका example क्या हो सकता है? For example, the number on the extreme right, you can see this one. I was talking about this. So there are four: producer, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So इसका example है the wine beverage industry. Okay, it has a long distribution channel. Now I'll ask you a question: why do they have it? Because they cannot sell it directly. Otherwise, so what will happen? People who are sharabi and all those type of people, they will get it very easily. So there is a proper channel because there is a government control also. Okay? So because there is a lot of prohibition in these wineries and all. Wineries, they will never sell their products directly to the retailer. It operates in a 3-tier or system, meaning the law requires the winery to first sell it to the product to the wholesaler, and then it to the retailer. Got it? The retailer will then sell the product to the end consumer. The second channel here you see cuts out the wholesaler, and directly it goes to the distributor, where the products is sold directly to the retailer, who sells the products to the customer. This means that the second channel contains only one intermediary, that is a retailer. ठीक है? अब इसमें you will distributor वाला में ना there is one इसमें एक Amway वाला आ जाता है, and then there is Dell computers. ठीक है? Now it's a large they sell their products directly to the reputable retailers, from them you can buy these things. Got it? Now the third and the final, इनको actually इन दोनों को they have actually tried to combine these two. Sorry, these two. Okay. Now in this channel there is direct to connect between the consumer and the manufacturer or the producers. Got it? For example, here you will find that Amazon is there. Okay? Amazon, which uses its own platform to sell so many things. Kindles का हो गया to its consumer. For example, it's also called a direct model. I'll write it for you. This is sometimes also called a direct model. Got it? ठीक है now because उसमें से बहुत सारे intermediaries they had been removed, no? So that is almost it reaches directly to the consumer. और ये वाला it's a very rare cases. I told you, like for example you have to buy a private jet for yourself, or a yacht for yourself, or something which is like it's not very easy to buy for the public or masses. Okay, so you will this is something which is I will consider rare of a rare situation, where because handful of people they are interested in such type of deals. Okay, so here we are more interested in these types till this here. Okay, got it? Now we have to choose the right distribution channel for our corporate, for our brand. So how are we going to do that? We'll have to ask few questions. These are the top questions that you have to consider, before you get into which channel strategy you are going to apply or use. Got it? So not all distribution channel work will for all all the producers. It's important for you to decide the right one. The channel should align with your firm's overall mission and also your strategic vision, including your sales goals. And also it depends on the product. Got it? It also depends on many things basically. So these are the questions that you will ask, you should consider, or you ask or you consider before you finalize on your channel strategy. The first question is, why are we building indirect sale channels and how does it fit into our corporate strategy? Okay. Second one is, this is the number one question that you will ask yourself. Then secondly, you will ask yourself this question: what do we need to invest in order to build the channel, and where does the investment come from? Okay. Then we have to ask, like, consider, how do I get my partners to sell my products or services versus those of my competitors, because आपको competitors का बहुत ध्यान रखना है. ठीक है. Fourth question that you will ask is, how do we plan, get reports and be able to manage the direct business? And the fifth question that you will think is, how do we support partners with demand creation and demand fulfillment? Okay. Now this is a quote by one of the author: developing a channel strategy is a complex and a challenging task. It's not easy because you have to consider so many aspects in your mind. All right. Now let's move ahead. Choosing the right distribution channel. The first step I showed you, that you have to consider so many questions, you have to ask so many questions. Secondly, the company should consider how quickly it wants its product to reach the consumer or the buyer. Certain products are best served by direct distribution channels such as milk, wheat, or perishable items. Because अगर ज़्यादा उसका there is a long intermediaries in between, they may get perished, they may get stale, and end consumer will not be interested. So they have to cut down those intermediaries. Okay, while others may benefit from indirect channel. Okay, processed food can go, that does not become stale, or it's what is the life, shelf life period of that product, that you have to consider. ठीक है? All those packaged food, lays and all these things, they can be there on the shelf for more than 4 or 5 months. But what about a milk packet? It will get stale even after one day, right? So that you have to think in your mind. Now, if a company chooses multiple distribution channels, such as selling products online or through a retailer, the channel should not conflict with one another. वो आपको ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा. Companies should strategize so that one channel does not overpower the other channel. Internally also, you have to keep that thing also in your mind. Okay? Now, you are seeing some picture here on the screen that says that whatever I have spoken, that it's a reinforcement of the same thing. Like producers say, consumer directly, selling through retailer, and then getting those wholesaler and then retailer in between. Okay? Now, एग्जाम्पल्स उसी का, सेम चीज़ का एग्जाम्पल आई एम नॉट गिविंग यू. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मानसर प्रोडक्ट एजेंट्स है, होलसेलर है, रिटेलर है, कंज्यूमर्स है. देयर सो मेनी, द 4-tier system, as I told you. That means you can afford that because these are the products which have got larger shelf life and they are liked by masses. They are all interested in such products. And then the second one, Mars, wholesaler, retailer, consumer. General Motors, only retailers and then consumer. Manufacturers के बाद सीधा retailers के पास आ जाता है. They don't have those in between intermediaries. Then Schwan Food, directly to the consumer. Got it? Now, what are the factors determining the choice of channels of distribution? This is very important question. You have to keep in your mind. These are all journal things, even if I don't tell you, if I start asking you, you will get the answers. But only thing is that I have made them, point by point, try to collect everything together. I can take 1 hour class and try to discuss everything, and you will come up with more answer than what actually I have given you. But since there is shortage of time, I don't want to get into that. So I'm giving you a ready-made solution here, that there are so many things that are factors which will you be thinking or determining choice of distribution of center, channel distribution. The first one is your product related factors. What type of product you have. For depending on your product, you will have your distribution channel. Like for example, what is your nature of product? As I told you, if it is a perishable good, it has to be directly sold, isn't it? For example, in case of industrial goods like big machines, CT scans, for example, dental chair, or so these are only required by few people, hospitals. They are not used by masses, isn't it? So that will decide what type of channel you will have. Consumer goods like LCD, refrigerator can be distributed through long channels because they are in little less expensive as compared to a dental chair, and it is of no use to the common people. Only a dentist will use it. Got it? CT scan will only be used by few people because that is why they have these CT scan centers and all. Everybody, they don't keep those things in their house, right? But on the contrary, we all of our household items like refrigerator, oven, microwave, of washing machines, they will have a different channels of distribution because they are used by one and all. One and all means everybody. Most of us belonging to the middle class, right? So you have to keep that thing in your mind. What is the nature of product? Okay. Second is, as I told you earlier also, perishable and non-perishable products. Perishable products are fruits, milk, vegetables. They are distributed through short channels because otherwise लंबा होएगा तो क्या होगा? They'll become खराब. Nobody wants to buy those, मुरझाया हुआ cauliflower, isn't it? Or a stale milk which has gone rotten, or egg which has gone rotten, right? So we want that should be very short channel. so that it directly reaches the customer and it is used also within 1 or 2 days. Got it? On the other hand, अगर आपके पास chocolate है तो chocolate can be kept for a long time because उसका shelf life is long. Okay, it does not get candies हैं, they can be kept for long time. Soap है, sugar है, they'll not get खराब after some time. ठीक है ना? So they may go through a longer channel. Got it? Next is value क्या है आपके products की. So in case of having low unit value such as FMCG, then long channels are preferred. While those with high unit value such as diamond jewelry, short channels are used. FMCG तो everyday का consumer है. What is FMCG? Fast moving consumer goods जो फटाफट यूज़ होते हैं. So long channels का कोई problem नहीं है उस केस में. But because we are buying them daily on a daily basis. Every household will need a toothpaste and a bar of soap every month, shampoo or something like that. उससे भी ज़्यादा fast moving क्या होता है? Eatables, right? So they are fast FMCG. I'll write it for you people here. 1 second. So value of product में आपको FMCG का ध्यान रखना है. Fast moving consumer goods, they will be they can prefer long channels, they may go for long channels. But on the contrary, अगर आपको diamond खरीदना है, so they are bought once in a year. Gold jewelry खरीदनी है, so we don't buy it every day, ना? It's on an occasion. Every day, though, you don't go and buy. Every week, you don't buy. It's hardly once in a year or twice in a year, okay? Or if you are you are such a freak that you want, then there are very few people like that, okay? Next topic is product complexity. See, short channels are preferred for technically complex goods like industrial or engineering products like machinery, generators, okay? While non-complex products or simple ones can be distributed through long channels. If they have got such a machine that has got a lot of complexity, like for example, a dentist chair. So it has got so many things that anybody cannot use it. Only those people who are trained to do it, they can only do it. Okay, then excavators and all these types of things, elevators, ठीक है ना? They are engineered thing. Escalator, which are used in the malls and all. So they are very complex stuff. We cannot handle them on a if they can be used in our houses also, lifts and all. Earlier, nowadays even these trends are becoming they are changing. Earlier we never used to have lifts in individual houses, but nowadays 3 or 4 story bungalow, if you have, you can you can put a lift which hardly cost to you around 8 to 10 lakhs rupees. Okay, nowadays trends are changing. Old people they are not able to even climb one floor, so there are small compact capsule lifts that have come. They have started making smaller versions so that it can reach direct masses. Earlier lifts was such a thing that it should be it was used only for a building. Okay, if there is one building, they'll use 1 or 2 lifts, but there was not any direct consumers who were it was not sold on a mass scale, right? But nowadays the trends are changing in that also. Even I have seen some ultra rich people, they have started using escalators in their houses because people are exposing themselves. People are they are becoming ultra rich because of the technology and because of the internet and all, because they are able to leverage their products to so many things. Even small business houses who have taken advantage of internet, they have made it big. So now when they have made it big, they want to use everything that, like those things which were used only in, few places, like in a building or a you know 5-star hotels. Now everybody wants to have that set of environment in their houses, because once they have got that riches, so they want to use it. So the product complexity is one factor, but now it is becoming common. Okay, let's go to the next point, which is company characteristics. Now what is the financial strength of the company? Okay, we have to consider that the companies which have got large funds, huge funds at their disposal, they go for direct distribution. Okay, those without such fund, they go for indirect distribution. They don't mind, giving money, because then they don't have access to the masses. Only they need lot of people in between so that their product reaches to each and everyone. Then there is control. Short channels are used if management wants greater control on the channel members. Otherwise, a company can go for longer channels. Now, competitive factors may, what are those competitive factors? Policies and channels selected by the competitors, it really affects your brand or your company. Your choice also, it also affects your choice of channel. A company has to decide whether to go for the same channel that your competitor has opted, or go for another one that you may feel. If you feel your product is better, 100% better, then you will definitely go and use the same channel, because you are a good competitor. You will be advantaged. But if your product, you feel little inferior to that, you will definitely try to take the different route, isn't it? Got it? Let's go to the next point, that is market factors. Now it channel, for choice of channel also depends on uh, your size of market. Okay, if your if the number of customers are small, less in number, in case of industrial goods, then short channels are preferred. But if the number of customers are high, then long channels are preferred. ठीक है ना? There are more people who will buy lace, and there are definitely less people who will buy private jet, right? Or a yacht. So depends on the size of the market. If the customers are less for your product, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ओमेगा वॉच, मैं क्यों बार बार प्राइवेट जेट का बात करती हूँ? ओमेगा वॉच, मोवाइडो वॉचेस, and tag heuer and all these types of things, they are used only by few people. And Titan watch and just normal watch होती हैं, they are used by masses. So definitely they will have a big side market. Okay, now next is your geographical concentration, where you are situated. So generally long channels are used if the consumers are widely spread. हर जगह अगर आपको पहुंचाना है, तो you have to use a long channel. ठीक है? But if you want to sell your product in one place, then in a small place, short channel can be used. Definitely somebody who is interested in buying a quality stuff, for example, very very high end product, so you will directly be going to that place, no? You won't be getting it nowadays. We have started getting all those ultra rich high brands stuff in India also, because the market is changing. Otherwise, all those people who were interested in getting all those stuffs and all those perfumes and those things, very elite class things, so they used to go abroad. So that means geographical concentration was there. They used to go to States or UK and all, then get those things, get those stuffs, right? um, Let me see. Yeah. So and then what is the quantity of purchase? ठीक है? Long channels are used in case the size of order is small. Got it? But in case you want to have bulk orders, large orders, then direct channels may be used. So there is a contradiction here, because sometimes some products which are directly, which can be gotten from long channels, sometimes you cut short and directly reach the consumer because you have a large demand for that. You know, you want to get it in a bulk, so you can cut all those intermediaries and directly reach the approach that producer or a manufacturer. Hmm? Okay, let's now talk about the last point here, which is environmental factor. Um, Economic factors such as, uh, economic factors such as what is the GDP, what is the legal regulation, what is the economic condition of that place. They also play a very important role in selecting of the channel of distribution of the products. ठीक है, in a economy which is not thriving, shorter channels are selected for distribution. But in an economy which is, got a good GDP and they are well off, they don't mind, going through the long channel processes. Okay, now you see this picture. What do you see here? If you have to buy a racing car, they will not be available. If you go and out, nobody will be, giving you a racing car. Will you get? No, you will have to directly approach a producer and tell your, what are your interest, and what type of, they may customize it also for you. Rolls Royce are such cars, they customize your car accordingly. Whatever you want, they will try to fix that thing in your car. Okay, if you want a TV, they will do it for you. If you want a oven in that, limousine cars, they customize everything. Limousines are big cars, that they, you can sit there aram se, you can also lie down. You can have anything there. They have got center table. So there are very few people, there are very few buyers. So what you can directly go to the producers, manufacturers of those cars, and you can even tell them, you customize those things. You don't want this, you want that. But not for Lay's ka packet or a Pepsi or something. You will not be able to, because it's a very small thing. They will not entertain you, because if you don't buy it, others will buy it for you. You will not be able to say, hey, I don't want this color of, Pepsi bottle. For me, if I have to buy a 40 rupees ka Pepsi bottle, I want कि वो yellow color में होना चाहिए, which contrary to the blue color that it has got. They will not do it. But if you are interested in buying a racing car or a limousine or Rolls Royce, definitely they will entertain you, because they're selling only one thing, but they want to, really make it outstanding for you, because they will get their margin from one product only. And if you want to buy a normal car, then definitely you will go to a retailer, isn't it? And if you want, for example, I don't know what picture is this, something, I think, let's talk that this is a bulk amount. Maybe we are getting some product like, I don't know what is it. I have taken from the net. Could be something, anything you can talk about, like it is a Pepsi ka crate or something, and now you are having a big party which you have organized, so you can directly go to the wholesaler to get it, right? Because you don't want to pay that extra money that retailer will ask you, because now your demand is big. You are not going to buy one or two Coke bottles. You want 1,000 bottles of Coke. So definitely wholesaler will entertain you. They will not mind selling it to you. Now, even there are wholesalers in Crawford markets and all those people, they don't mind giving you individual products also. I have seen, we have been going and doing those shopping, because if you want to save money, why would you give that extra 10 rupees to the retailer? And you want to buy a product in bulk. You also save, and retailers, wholesalers also, they don't mind, उनको तो business चाहिए ना. ठीक है. That's all. And then let's talk about this is very important. Yeah, I'm so sorry, I was about to forget this. This is there are short channels and long channels, as I have told you. Now this table will give you the overall revision of the things that we did just now. Okay. Short channels: market characteristics, product characteristics, competition characteristics, and company characteristics. Just now I have explained all of these things to you. Okay. Market में when you have a short channel, you have to directly business user, then geographically concentrated places you can take it, then again extensive technical knowledge and regular service required, all those products which are not used by common masses. And if you have a large order, in that case, then only you will go for short channels. If you are directly going to the consumer, you will not, because here you are going to the business user, no? Then it is a short channel. Okay. But if you are going for direct consumer, then you definitely, and if the products have to be dispersed to a widespread area everywhere, then you will go for long channel. But here concentration, for example, people who are living in northeast, they are interested in something, and there is a big market, so what you will go, you will not go for long channels. वहाँ पे मेरा जितना भी whatever product that I've made will be utilized. Okay. So definitely you will prefer shorter channel that in that case. Little technical knowledge and regular servicing not required. So all those products इनका जो, like for example mobile phones हो गया, on small things like आजकल किसके लिए refrigerator, scooter and all. So definitely little bit longer channels can be taken. Now product base में मैंने already बताया है, that is perishable, complex and expensive things. If you remember, I did talk about products में perishable and non-perishable में fruits, vegetables and all, and on the contrary non-perishable में soap, oils, sugar and salt type of thing. Complex में depends ना, जैसे कि machines हो गई, generators हो गए, inverters हो गए. So these are the complex things. And easier, which can be used by anybody, washing machine and geyser, they can be used by anybody. So complex, so simple हो गए. So it depends. Short channel, long channel में चले जाएंगे वो लोग, because they don't need technical guidance for those products to be used. Alright. Expensive, definitely उसका opposite यहाँ पे expensive आ जाता है, right? You see ना, just opposite. Complex का नहीं, यहाँ पे इसको you can also write simple products. कौन से हो सकते हैं? Anything that you can use very easily, washing machine, and what else, microwave and all. Yeah, complex में for example elevators and dentist chair, all those things. ठीक है. Now competition, जैसे मैंने अभी right now आपको already have explained everything, so this has come in a chart form. It will become very easy to consolidate the whole chapter. Competitor uses the direct channels and the manufacturer is satisfied with its performance. ठीक है. Or competitor uses the indirect channels and the manufacturer thinks choosing this channel would be of more benefit. On the other hand, long channels में competitor uses the indirect channels जानबूझ के and the manufacturer is satisfied with its performance, and competitor uses the direct channel and the manufacturer thinks choosing the channel would be more beneficial. So it is a win-win situation for both of them, manufacturer and competitors. Now company based characteristics. Now channel control is important. Broad product line, कितना आपका है product base, उसका कितना स्प्रेड है, ठीक है. देन मैन्युफैक्चरर हैज़ एडिक्वेट रिसोर्सेज टू रीफॉर्म द चैनल फंक्शन, ठीक है. कंपनी स्टैटिस्टिक में आ जाएगा इसका आपका. गॉट इट. वन सेकेंड, आई एम मिसिंग आउट ऑन वन पॉइंट. हाँ, कंपनी उसमें ये भी आ जाएगा ना आपका. कंपनी में यहाँ पे यू विल ऑल्सो राइट फाइनेंशियल स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द कंपनी, ठीक है. इफ योर कंपनी इज financial strength, if your company has got huge funds, so they will definitely go for direct distribution. If they have got less funds, so they go for indirect distribution. Okay. Then also control में आ जाएगा. Short channels are used. Short channels are used why? Because if the management wants greater control, तो दे यूज़ शॉर्ट चैनल. आप कंट्रोल कभी तब अगर कंट्रोल आपका ख़त्म हो जाता है, बिकॉज इफ़ देर इज़ अ लॉन्ग लाइन, राइट. इफ़ देर इज शॉर्टर चैनल, डेफिनेटली यू कैन हैव फुल कंट्रोल ऑन वॉट एवर इज बींग सोल्ड एंड यू हैव डायरेक्ट access to your consumer, so you have a direct control. Got it. On the channel members, otherwise a company can go in for longer channels, ठीक है. Next point is इसमें कॉम्पिटिटिव फैक्टर्स भी. कॉम्पिटिटिव फैक्टर्स ऊपर ही मैंने डिस्कस कर दिया है. देन इस साइड पे चैनल कंट्रोल नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट ऑन, सो डेफिनेटली इट इज़ गोइंग टू बी द ऑपोजिट ऑफ दैट. लिमिटेड प्रोडक्ट लाइन है, इसमें बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट हैं, तो दैट इज़ वाई शॉर्ट चैनल कर सकते हैं. इसमें लिमिटेड प्रोडक्ट लाइन है, ठीक है. नाउ मैन्युफैक्चरर लैक्स एडिक्वेट रिसोर्सेज टू परफॉर्म चैनल फंक्शन, ठीक है. That is why they choose the long channel. Okay, let's see if I have a few more slides. No, I think that's all for today.